Greetings and welcome everybody to the Dr. Jane Mackenzie live on a Thursday. Today we're talking about mitochondria, the powerhouses of the body, in particular the cells. We're going to look at how we're going to increase our cell energy and our life force. So life force is our energy currency. That's what today is all about. And if we've got energy, well, we can do anything. We can detox, we can nourish, we can grow, we can build and ward off infections. So very, very important when it comes to my center here in Bryanston, the 365 Healthy by Choice Center, where we look at pioneering and breakthrough ways to assist the body heal itself and realign itself. And that's what we're about. So there are many, many, many educational videos on my YouTube channel, Jane Mackenzie. And I urge you to go and have a look and like and subscribe and get onto it because you'll hear first. And with that, I'm going to start off today. And, why is it so important? Why are the mitochondria so important? And while I'm doing that, I'm going to bring through the slides at the same time. So that we can, there we go, so that we can get onto the slides and get moving as quickly as possible. So I'm sure all of you agree this year is bolting ahead. Time is short. Time is moving at the rate of knots. And we need to also, and I mean, look, we also almost done the first quarter of the year 2005. And sometimes I'm still even writing to 2024. But just to report to you, we're getting fantastic cases coming through, phenomenal results. And, I can't always expand too much on here, but honestly, everybody is a case study. Everybody's getting fantastic results. And we're purifying on the physical level and the emotional level. We enter into that existential field. More on that, you can have a look at my YouTube recording from 2 weeks ago, where I talked about duality. And then you can see the difference between the experiential world and the existential world. And the more we can simplify why we're here, the game of life, the more we will thrive and the more we will achieve, our purpose for being here. So without energy in the body, we are in trouble. We are a battery. The battery needs to charge. And there are various nutrients, high-powered nutrients that help the body charge itself. Included in that would be earth energy, putting your feet onto the earth. The foot is full of receptor sites. The electrons are activated and they stream through into the body, raising the energy levels, enhancing the adrenal glands. And the sun photons will also activate the energy in us, the mitochondria, the powerhouses, and increase our energy that way. Oxygen does it itself. We'll talk about that in a moment. And also our food, glucose. So this is how we activate energy and using the electrons of the body. So the electrons need to be charged. The higher the charge of the electron, the closer it is to the nucleus and the proton of the molecule, and the faster the spin. The faster the spin, the higher the life force. Life force is our energy. It is our energy currency. So that's what all of this is about. It's what I'm about, and it's what 365 Healthy by Choice is about. So let's get on with it. And welcome, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Nice to see you all from all over. Let's get to the slides and get moving. Right. Let's start. Okay, so we're talking about boosting the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cells, and increasing energy and life force, as I've just explained. These are the beautiful mitochondria, and I'll be expanding on those as we go along the slides. If you've got any info, if you have any questions, put it in the chat, and I'll get to it. So the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Here's a schematic diagram. Here is this beautiful, beautiful eukaryote molecule, which is a single-cell bacteria. And remember that the probiotics, the good microbes, represent 90% of what you see, not me and yourself. 90% is microbial, and 99% of our genes come from the microbes. So this is an organ that is inside the cell membrane, which has a bacterial origin, a eukaryote, single cell. So this happened a long, long, long time ago, and I'm going to expand upon that in a moment in our discussion. So we're talking about here today really, really bringing this energy. And I think this picture captivates exactly what the mitochondria are all about. So let me just move to the next slide. And get ourselves more powered up. And more powered up. And I'm just going through the recordings and the testimonies that we have. All right, so before we go to the products, the mitochondria require support because they are vital for cellular energy production. It's not only ATP, adenosine triphosphate, it's also thiamine triphosphate, cytosine triphosphate, and guanine triphosphate. So ATP, TTP, CTP, and GTP. So most of you have heard of ATP. So it's much, much more than that. There are four major proteins that are going to form our energy. And it's not often documented, it's not found. So, but in our products, we do have it, especially in the replica RNA DNA. So that's a precursor to mitochondrial energy. And the replica RNA DNA is bacterial cell wall fragments, which are actually handed out liberally and used at the top cancer clinics in America to boost mitochondrial support, energy, ATP, cell functioning, so that every new cell that's divided is a powerhouse, has got energy to survive and ward off infections. It's a very, very incredible product. And here you see our cell. There's a cell, a normal human cell without a cell wall. There's the cytoplasm inside the cell, the nucleus, the nucleolus, the mitochondria. There they are. And the cell membrane itself and the Golgi apparatus. So this is give you a perspective how small the mitochondria are, but there are many inside the cell, many, many. And if we look at a cross section here, we've got an outer membrane, an inner membrane. We've got a matrix here and a whole lot of crystal. We're going to be looking at more of this in a moment, but I want to just give you a perspective. Cellular respiration, breathing in the cell, takes place in all living cells. The organelle responsible for this chemical reaction are the mitochondria. In the mitochondria, glucose and oxygen react to produce water, carbon dioxide, and energy. And now you know why I'm on about oxygen all the time, and also why when we're ill, I always say to people, you need to eat something, especially when the viruses attack. And also the flaxseed oil, because that forms a casing around the cell wall, its cell membrane. It seals it off so that the viruses and things can't enter into the cell. So just going back a couple of steps, and a little bit sideways, the number one cause of degeneration is radiation. The other one is which mutates the genetic code. The other one are viruses and toxins, which have the same effect. So we need protection of the cell. So the flaxseed oil does it because there's a double phospholipid layer, a double fatty layer there. And the heated oils do not do this. Other oils do not do this. It is characteristic and a principle of flaxseed oil. That's why we're on flaxseed oil all the time. It has the highest life force of all the oils, bringing life force into the body. So here we see quite distinctly what's happening here is you do need energy from food. You need oxygen, comes in by the lungs. You need you need the flaxseed oil to assist the digested food into the blood and into the cells, and the oxygen into the blood and into the cells. So the flaxseed is just a wow, has to happen. That's going to create our energy. And here's a even more detailed look at inside the mitochondria. And there's matrices and cysteine junctions and all sorts of things, an inner membrane and outer membrane. So this little organelle inside us is responsible for our energy. So when people say they're lacking energy, what are they saying? They're saying the mitochondria are a little bit off beam. They're not really producing what they need to. They're saying to you they don't have enough good food in the cell. They don't have enough oxygen in the cell, and the electrons are flowing slowly. So we have to remove the stagnation and ramp it up to get optimized energy. Energy is the cell's currency. And here's another example about the powerhouse. And this is how energy is performed. You see, we need the glucose because it's converted in the cytoplasm. All right. And it enters the mitochondria. It's converted into acetyl-CoA, A, C, G, and T. So you're not going to find all four of them mentioned. So I'm telling you. So all of those people on CoQ10A, you also need the G, the T, and the C. Those peptides, you need all of them. Anyway, the acetyl-choline, the acetyl-CoA, and all of them join with oxaloacetate to form citric acid, and this begins the Krebs cycle. So there's two ways of forming energy. We're talking about the Krebs cycle here today, where a byproduct is carbon dioxide, which we would then excrete. So we're needing good sugars, long-chain sugars even better, good amino acids, I've told you about all four, and the good fatty acid from the flaxseed. So with that, you've got a powerhouse. You've got your energy. And there's other roles that the mitochondria play. So it will produce ATP, GTP, TTP, and CTP. It will regulate the innate immunity of the body. It moderates and regulates calcium homeostasis. Very, very important. It also assists with the programming of cell death in the body when it's time for the cell to pass, and also stem cell regulation. So we're going to be talking about our Activa stem cell product in a moment, plant-based. So this is how we're bringing energy into the body so that the biological processes can happen and the normal functioning of the cell can happen. We're going to talk about some of these products in a moment. I'm just going to stop the slide presentation for a while, and then what I want to share with you is let me just find it. Where was it? Sorry, it just slipped out. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I've explained how the energy is produced and how the health of the cells can be restored. And that doesn't matter what area you're out of alignment, whether it's an arthritic, sore, swelling ankle, whether it's degeneration, whether it's fibromyalgia, whether it's lungs, any of the organs, the blood. We need cells and we need the mitochondria to be functioning optimally. So things that can affect it, as I said to you, radiation, toxins, viruses, inflammation, and lifestyle choices. The mitochondria will, as the powerhouses of the body, will produce the four primary energy currencies: ATP, TTP, CTP, and GTP. All right, and this will help the various cellular processes and growth, movement, and maintaining the homeostasis in the cell. So the mitochondrial dysfunction will occur when it is not fed properly. The cell's not fed properly, but you'll know it because you'll feel quite tired, you'll feel weak, and susceptible to mitochondrial diseases. So factors that can affect us: diet and nutrition, first and foremost. A poor diet, as I said to you, high in processed foods, is going to have a very negative effect on the mitochondrial function because it's not going to allow that protective membrane shield around the cell, and then the contents of the cell are open to attack by any form of toxin. So a nutrient-rich diet is very, very important. We don't want sugars. They will negatively, when I say that cane sugar, it will negatively impact the mitochondria and the rest of the body too. So we want to make sure we're not exposed unnecessarily to toxins and chemicals, and make sure that our inflammation is down, our oxygen is up, and the cell membrane potential is optimized. In other words, 10 out of 10, where 100% of oxygen and food enters the cell and 100% of the waste leaves the cell. And that again is a function of the flaxseed oil. So the nutrients that I'm mentioning that assist mitochondrial functioning might not act directly on the mitochondria, but they support the mitochondria as well. So poor sleep in terms of lifestyle, lack of exercise, high stress, these will all negatively affect the mitochondria. A healthy gut microbiome is important for overall health and the immune system, the healthy management of inflammation, and therefore helping the mitochondria. So also a diet focused on rich in fruits and veggies, lots of antioxidants, very important, and the healthy oils, flaxseed. Regular physical activity will improve the mitochondrial function, and detoxification, which we're very big in here. We must detox those organs so that they're able to detoxify us. Don't build up calcium, don't build up lymphatic tissue, don't build up fats, don't build up protein, because they're all going to affect the cells negatively, and then the mitochondria can't function optimally either. So also, so with stress management, we've got to also know the cause of it. And nice to do things like yoga and walking and meditation as well. So we want to really have a balance between the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. So I see people that come in that are, running from the line all day long. The sympathetic nervous system is firing on all cylinders all day long. The poor parasympathetic nervous system, which is concerned with immunity, repair, circulation, digestion, elimination, doesn't get a chance. And we go to sleep highly strung, and we wake up highly strung, and the cortisol pumps and the adrenaline pumps, and that attacks the cell. So very important that we take time out to balance the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. And then I think you're well on your way to supporting the mitochondria and getting maximum energy in. And I think you can see why I focus on the nutrients that I do, because they get a result for me. So we reset the cell. We bring in the life force. We activate the currency of the cell, the ATP, GTP, TTP, CTP. So that's what's very, very important. So let's have a look at some of the products that do that for us in a nutshell. And you know that Almost Gold is the flagship of the 365 Healthy by Choice range because of its major activity on the cell membrane and within the cell. Gold is the highest detox element on the planet, apart from silver, copper, platinum, palladium, iridium, etc., all the platinum precious metal minerals. So it's a superconductor and it charges the electrons. If we've got charged electrons, lots of oxygen, we've got energy. The cell vitality oxy minerals will bring the oxygen, masses of it, into the cell so that it can interact with the electrons and the food. Well digested, good nourishment to produce our energy currency. The DMSO will also do this. It acts on cell membrane wall, on the cell membrane, and actually drives the nutrients deeper into the cells, all the cells, the tissues. It will remove degenerative tissue. So it removes the waste out of the body that lies there where the parasites eat it. It starts fermenting and creating toxins within the body. So you're ending up just with these first three products with a squeaky clean, purified body on a physical level. They're also working emotionally. They're also working spiritually and neurologically because they're in the quantum state. We only talk quantum field at 365 Healthy by Choice because otherwise we're not in the game. So those are essential. And the flaxseed oil, I think I've really told you about that today. Then other products that will do it, of course, the microbes, because if a mitochondria is bacterial in nature, eukaryote, these friendly bacteria are only going to support its function, and they're going to help imprint on the mitochondria as well. So highly important, and reducing inflammation, which is going to affect the mitochondria. The microbiome reset, over 80 live probiotics strains and substrains will digest our food. We want digested food because with the help of the flaxseed oil, we get it absorbed and into the cell. So crucial, the microbiome reset. It cleans the gut, removes debris as well. And we can go on about other products like that. But if I'm 90% microbial and, my genetic structure is 99%, I'm taking the probiotic, thanks, and I'm going to get the wisdom from these microbes. And these microbes are moving in tune with Earth's evolution. So they are morphing and changing within the quantum field. Remember, you don't put this in the fridge, they'll die. So these are live, highly wired probiotics ready to assist in mitochondrial function and energy. You don't put them in the fridge. When you look at these under the microscope, if you take a drop of the probiotic solution, you drop it onto a slide, you put a lens cap over, it is blue, like the background of this slide that I'm talking of. It is that blue. And then you get all shapes and sizes of these probiotics, beneficial organisms, and they hold their center point. They don't move. But from gold to green to pink to purple to blue, they hold their state. Whereas when you get a parasite under the microscope, it's screaming all over the field, all over the lens. Completely different, not centered. So we need these. We've got the stem cells as well because they're going to activate energy. So what are products in our Activa stem cells? So it's got the 5 major plant-based adult stem cell activators: blue-green algae, raw jelly, cordyceps, lion's mane, and phote. These regenerate tissue cells in the body, assisting with the mitochondria. So we're talking about the products I mentioned: medicinal mushrooms, the algae, the pollens, the raw jellies. Those are high nutrient value foods. I talked before about the Bova scale. I talked before about the frequency of these higher nutrients, close to 9 on the Bova scale. And we really should be stocking up on these. You take that Activa stem cell product, you stand in the sun will activate the stem cells to produce, activate the 5 nutrients I've just mentioned to produce stem cells. Once you've got stem cells, you can repair yourself. You've got energy in the cell from the mitochondria, you can definitely repair. And then this is the replica RNA DNA I spoke about earlier, bacterial cell wall fragments, and they contain those 5 major peptides. So uracil, adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. The uracil will belong to the RNA, which is the single strand, and then the single strand doubles up to form the double helix with the 4 left. So I just think in the toolkit for the 365 Healthy by Choice range, we have what we need. Another area I'm going to move to now is our infrared panels and our infrared sauna with 14 microns. So we've had the sauna for years and years and years anyway, and we do put people in there to activate the mitochondria and the energy currency of the cell and health and healing. So the infrared does this for us. The frequency of the infrared light will do it. So we have these infrared panels, and I have one here, and I often sit underneath it. I'm going to show you. Okay, there's my infrared panel, and I sit here often with the blue light coming at me from the screen, and I wear my blue light reflective glasses, and I sit under the red light, hoping to balance out blue light and the red light. So we have a lot of fun here at 365 Healthy by Choice. So I'll just leave it on a little bit. So that's our panel. And the price of that is 2,200 Rand in rands, divided by about 18 for dollars. And we use this in our clinic. We get massive results very quickly, along with everything else that we're doing. And this is in the right nano frequencies, 650 to 850 bandwidth of infrared. The sauna, we've got far and near infrared, and this panel's in that safety range, which is what is looked for. And then we've also got the desk lamp, heated desk lamp, and that one is 2,450, and that's rands. And this one here is the desk one, and this one heats up. So if you're wanting the benefit of heat, let's say a strain or pain, but both of them work because infrared doesn't depend on heat. It works anyway. It's just a comfort if you want a little bit of extra heat. It's got a self-timer, and these are top brands. So they work, and they're easily transportable. And you can see mine, I actually attached it to a drip stand, if you don't mind. So it doesn't really matter, but you can also put a hook in the ceiling and hang it from there. So this is the fun that we have. And all of these are, the other product we have is the quantum, the skios that we use, the EPEX or the QEX devices. Now, on these devices, you can stimulate the mitochondria electromagnetically through bioresonance according to your body's need. So these devices work with the subconscious of the person and read what's happening, and they will supply support, helpers, builders to create healthy mitochondria and healthy energy in the body. So we definitely use these devices to do this for us. We can measure before and afterwards, and it becomes validated. These devices are registered with the FDA in the USA, just to tell you. So we're not messing around here at 365. We are on it. This is where you buy at the shop, go there, look at all the pull downs, or go to the search bar and search what you're looking for. So the radiation panels will be under radiation. The quantum devices will be under quantum devices. The bookings will be under center bookings. The sale items will be under sale. The immunity products, the nutrition products, the oils, the detox products will all be listed there too. So this is what we're up to here, and this is where we focus. We're focusing on, real energy, real time, tiniest results, and, shifting people to the level they're looking for. Obviously, I can plant the seeds. You need to water them. And, I walk my talk, and as you can see with the infrared panel. But, I don't think we're here for a holiday. We're here for the experience, and let's make the best of it, because who knows? And that means clearing ourselves, purifying emotionally, neurologically, physically, and spiritually. So the how process that we do, which I've talked to you about many, many times, holistic ancestral orientation, that gets to the root cause beyond the physical. And this is where we get to the origin of the emotion, clear the memory, erase the data, and the body heals. And this is all done in the existential field, the quantum existential field, Akashic records, morphogenic fields, call it what you want to call it. Okay, so it's there anyway. So with that, I'm going to end. If there's any burning questions, let me know. And I hope you've loved this. And it's just in a nutshell. Let's boost those cells, give our body the currency that it needs so that it can do the things we need to do. And grow and develop and think clearly and live productively in all areas of our lives. And I always say that prevention is better than waiting for when it's too late. We have a choice, 365 days a year. So I'll put the recording up, and enjoy the rest of your day. It's been an honor to be with you, and thanks for coming in. I don't always see all of you, but I do see some of you, and thanks very much.